Here on our last evening. Oh my goodness. I have to let my puppy in or she's going to cry at the door. Give me a second. Sorry. Okay, you can come in. No, I know. It's like all excited. You guys want to see her?
Yes.
Look.
Oh, what's her name?
Bella.
Bella. She's
Bella.
sitting up and looking pretty.
Yeah, she's my sweet girl.
Mm.
Okay, well, hello everybody. I know
Hello.
I'm not sure how many we're going to have tonight. So we are just now at 7:00 exactly. So and most of us, I think everybody did their completion letter. So this is just kind of an extra class evening. So if nobody kind of logs on that didn't get a chance to share their completion letter, then we'll just end when we end. So that's okay. I was going to prepare some stuff like we talked about last week about kind of how to talk with your family members and kids and kind of let them in on your process. But as I was trying to kind of hone in on what would be the best way to approach it, it was a little difficult because everybody's situation is just so different. With everybody's dynamic with their kids is different. And so I thought what I would do is just let you guys ask me questions that are more specific to maybe your situation, and we don't have to record it if you don't want to. And then maybe I can be helpful by answering direct questions rather than trying to like present something and then have it not be applicable to your situation. So that's kind of where we'll go, but I just want to do a quick check-in and see how everybody's doing, how your week is. If you feel like after writing your letter, you still have some clarity and you still kind of feel like you've done the work and you're good to move on. So let's go ahead and just start there. And then if we end early, and that's okay. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. So I was hoping that Trey would be here because I know, but I know she has lots of responsibilities and some challenges going on for her. So she may not be here, but I know she didn't get a chance to read her letter if there's one there, if she has one that she wants to read. So I was kind of hoping maybe she would log on at some point. And so anyway, but we'll just go from there. So Diana, how are you doing? Can you check in with us and let us know how things are going?
Oh yeah, you know what? I am really, really blessed. The way things are going in my life. I did share my letter with my daughter.
Okay.
And I told her, what the purpose was, what my class was, and if she had any questions, she could ask me anything. Now, my daughter and I, we have a very close relationship. And it was she and I for years, ever since a freshman in high school. And she is a doctor in internal medicine, so she went all the way. And she read it. Yeah, I asked her not to share it with anyone. I told this is very personal, it's private between you and I. And when she got home and we discussed it, and she said, Mom, she says, well, why did I turn out so different? She said, why, how did you make it? She said, how did you learn so differently where I turned out the way I did? And I told her, I said, I had to learn the hard way. I learned by trial and error. Life taught me, and my oldest sister, she was pretty much in the same situation. So, it was just life that taught us. And I listened to other people, when they discuss things. And one day I will not forget was when I had no food to feed her and had no money to put gas in my car. And I said, Lord, I said, look, I need for you to raise my daughter. And while you're raising her and taking care of her, raise me too. Because I'm still in trial and error trying to figure out how to live my life and how am I going to raise somebody that I don't even know what I'm doing. So it was, by the grace of God that we both made it to where we are today. And she said, I am so glad you shared that with me because her oldest son, he has ADHD, and sometimes it's hard for him to concentrate and hold on to things, remember things. And so they go to counseling, has sessions he has to go to, which is very helpful for him. But she says mom and dad also have to go to counseling. And she really needed that. She said, I needed this information to help me, because they have to discuss their life issues, they're growing up and so forth. And so she really appreciated it, thanked me and said, Mom, you just don't know how much this is going to help me.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. And that really just, gave me even another boost of confidence. It really just lifted my spirits. And I was sharing with Brenda earlier how even today I worked out in my little garden area and pulled out my fall decorations, and I just feel so calm and at ease. Feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah.
So I thank God. I thank God for you, Catherine, taking the time to bring us this class. And I thought it was something totally different, but after we got into it, I thought this is going to be good for me. I never knew I needed so much therapy. And I appreciate, all the other members of the class sharing their lives. It just let me know that I'm not the only one that's struggling with childhood situations that, we have to go through. So I appreciate everybody. I really do. I thank you, for the class, for the encouragement, for the letters, for sharing. I really appreciate it.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. It's amazing how, as a community, like how much we really do need each other, and how our stories can be different, yet they resonate, and our hearts lift each other up. And just there's healing just in that part, right?
That's
And
right.
knowing you're not alone. And how amazing that I really believe that what you gave your daughter was the biggest gift you could have ever given her.
Yeah, I mean, we hug each other and tell each other every day that we love each other, but it's just something a little different now, and the way that we touch and we feel, and it's just, I just thank God that it happened.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm.
So great.
So
Well, thank
much,
you
yes.
so much. That's awesome. I'm so glad you had a chance to do that this week. That's great.
Me too.
That's helpful. How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 47.
Okay, so she's definitely more into her career and her family, and yeah, because that makes a big difference when you're
Yes,
into our kids, for sure. Right.
right. Yes, yes. She's very much into her family.
That old
Uh,
and
Her oldest, let me say, my oldest grandson is 15. So she and her husband have been married for 18 years.
okay.
Yeah. And they said at the beginning, no matter what happens, divorce is not in the picture.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. 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 So, he tells me, he says, me mom, they call me me mom. He says, oh, she says, yeah, she and I, we have our knockdown drag out, but we just go into the closet and we cry with each other and we get over it and we keep going. I said, but that's what you're supposed to do,
That's right.
So yeah, that's what you do. So yeah, they're very much grounded in family.
Awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Well, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, who's next? Who wants to check in and tell us how it's going?